Hey everyone, today we're going to dive into a pretty powerful idea that might just change how you think about happiness. It's this concept that real happiness isn't about chasing some constant state of bliss. It's actually about living fully and finding value in every single moment. Yep, the good and the bad. So let's get into what that really means. I mean, just think about it for a second. We spend so much of our lives trying to build this perfect life, right? One where there's no sadness, no anger, no fear. But what if that constant chase? What if that's the very thing making us so stressed out? What if we've been looking at happiness all wrong this whole time? Okay, so let's start by exploring a totally new definition of happiness. One that, embraces the entire picture of life, not just the parts that look good on Instagram. Let's start with this core idea. Think of your life as a journey. Now, according to this way of thinking, real happiness isn't about trying to avoid all the storms. No way. It's about understanding that every single emotion, joy, sadness, anger, is like a precious gift, a piece of the map that gives our whole journey its depth and its meaning. You can't fully appreciate the light if you've never seen the shadows, right? But how do you actually do that? It sounds good in theory, but what does it look like? Well, it all starts with this idea of embracing all of our emotions, not just picking and choosing the ones that feel good. So the key concept here is emotional integrity. And this is not about feeling happy all the time. It's more like building the capacity, like a muscle, to accept the full picture of life. It's having the strength to experience the entire spectrum of human feeling and knowing that all of it belongs, that you're whole because of it, not in spite of it. And this table here really breaks down why every emotion is so valuable. As you can see, they all have a job to do. Joy, well, that's what lets us experience beauty. Sadness, as painful as it is, teaches us what we truly cherish. Anger isn't just some negative thing to be suppressed. It's a signal reminding us of our boundaries. And fear, it's our built-in protector. They're all essential signals, and if we ignore them, we're basically flying blind. Of course, embracing the whole journey also means we have to learn how to truly, deeply appreciate the good parts. So let's talk about cherishing those good times. The sunny weather on our journey. The really crucial thing here is to be active in our joy, not passive. It's about celebrating the little things, that first sip of coffee in the morning, a warm hug from someone you love. It's about consciously recording those beautiful moments, maybe snapping a photo or writing it down so they become this well of strength you can draw on later. And finally, and this one's huge, it's about sharing that joy. Because happiness is one of the few things that actually multiplies when you give it away. And this quote just captures it perfectly, doesn't it? It's such a good reminder that true wealth isn't about the stuff we own. It's about collecting these moments, these experiences that make us feel truly alive and connected. Okay, so we've talked about the sun, but what about the storms? Now we're going to look at how to navigate things like anger and sorrow, and not just get through them, but to actually transform that pain into real, meaningful growth. This is such a powerful shift in perspective. Instead of seeing difficult emotions as these enemies we have to fight, what if we started seeing them as our most profound teachers? Seriously, they reveal our own resilience. They teach us empathy for what other people are going through, and they make us appreciate the good times so much more. So how do we actually do this? Well, this slide lays out a really clear 4-step path. It starts with just acknowledging it, just admitting the feeling is there without fighting it or judging yourself for it. Then, reflection. Get a little curious. Where is this feeling really coming from? Step 3 is to transform it by reframing the situation. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this help me grow? And finally, the most important part, release. Let go of what you can't change and move forward a little bit lighter. Now, understanding all of this is one thing, but living it? Well, that's something else entirely. And that brings us to our final section. Simple daily practices you can start using right away to make this whole philosophy a reality in your life. And this is so important to remember. Real lasting change doesn't happen with one big decision. It comes from the small, consistent things we do every single day. So to make this super easy to remember, let's break it down into 3 simple, powerful numbers. Our first number is 3. That's it. That's the number of things to jot down in a gratitude list each day. Just 3 things you're thankful for each morning can literally start to rewire your brain for positivity. Next up is 5. Just 5 minutes of mindfulness a day, maybe just taking 5 deep breaths in the middle of a chaotic day, is enough to ground you and bring you back to the present moment. And our final number, 21. That's roughly how many days it takes to form a new habit. It's a great reminder that consistency, not perfection, is what makes these practices actually stick. So let's put it all together. Here's your daily practice toolkit. In the morning, list 3 things you're grateful for. Sometime during the day, take 5 deep breaths. At night, maybe just a quick note in a journal about your emotional highs and lows. And try for 1 act of kindness a week. See? It's simple, it's manageable, and it's truly transformative. And this brings us right back to our central idea, and this quote just says it all. Happiness isn't some destination you finally arrive at one day. It is the way you travel. It's about finding the meaning and the beauty in every single step of the journey. So, with this new perspective and these simple tools in your back pocket, the only question left is the one you see right here. Today, where will your journey begin? Thanks for listening.